Hello guys, thank you here. We're back with some more Doll's Nest post-game builds. So before we begin, I would like to remind you guys that if you want to help support the channel, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this started. So the build that we're going to be working with today is the Mika build. So this build is supposed to be based off of Misono Mika from Blue Archive. Yeah, the entire idea with this build is it's just follow her theme, essentially. But anywho, let's go ahead and look at what we're working with right now. So for our mobility modules, we're going to be working with the Trias. For our headset modules, we'll be working with the Varchis. For the hanger module, pardon me, we'll be working with the Trias. With the thruster module, we will be working with the Ferd. With the utility module, we'll be working with the Vask. With our first primary arms, we will be working with the FAMs. With our second primary arms, we will be working with the Strict. And for both our rear arms, we'll be using the Selpex. So for our mobility module, we'll be using these values for our main, these values for our sub, these values for our inner, and these values for our glow. Feel free to pause the video, by the way, if you want to actually look at all these values and try to make what I have here. These will be the values for our main, the values for our sub, values for our inner, and the values for our glow. And by the way, this is going to be for the headset. This will be the values for the main, values for the sub, values for the inner, values for the glow. And again, this will be the colors for the hanger module. Our thruster modules will have these values for the main, these values for the sub, these values for the inner, these values for the glow. Utility module will have these values for the main, these values for the sub, these values for the inner, and these values for the glow. And for our primary arms, this will be the values for our main, this will be the values for our sub, this will be the values for our inner, and this will be the values for our glow. And it's pretty much the same with the primary arms. It's the same values. As for our rear arms, this will be the values for our main, this will be the values for our sub, this will be the values for our inner, and this will be the value for our glow. And it's going to be the same thing for the other rear arm as well. I'll be using the Yam FC for our face, the Fox BH for our back hair, Nag FH for our front hair, and the Heroes RD humanoid outfit for our body. And before I forget, here's the values for our skin, values for our main, the values for our subcolor 1, the values for our subcolor 2, the values for our subcolor 3, the hair color radiant, the hair highlights, the optional, even though this isn't really important, and the eye color. So yeah, feel free to actually pause the video and pause through all of these just to get the values down for yourself if you need to. So anywho. Alright then, so we're here at the bridge. So yeah, with this build, you kinda want to actually stay a little bit further away from enemies when you're playing as this build, because one, you're kinda slow with the Tridesign. Like, despite the fact that it's a flight module, you're not moving pretty quickly on the ground. Move slightly quickly in the air, but it's only slightly quickly. But yeah, there's not really much you can do with the mobility on this build. You can, however, utilize your Varchis in order to take out enemies from afar. Although, granted, with the weapons we're using, or rather the primary weapons we're using, you kind of don't want to use them too much unless the enemy's like right in front of you. Let me go ahead and demonstrate. So yeah, unless you're like up this close, I kind of don't want to actually, well, kind of actually don't want to use your guns too much. Let's see if I can't. Damage here. Oh, not too much damage. But yeah, when you're up that close, you kind of just want to use your guns. But when you're further away, you kind of want to just use your cell packs, and quite frankly, the cell packs, despite being trebuchet cannons, are quite, in fact, powerful. In fact, let me go ahead and demonstrate that enemy over there. Let me go ahead and try to use one of these. There we go. So as you can see, the cell packs can do quite a bit of work, and quite frankly, we didn't lose that much BP over there, which is actually pretty nice. Nice of this build to, well, to be very BP how I put it. Oh my god, sorry, I'm losing my words here. BP efficient, there we go. Sorry. I've been actually doing a lot of streaming this week, so yeah, I'm a little bit off right now in terms of thinking. And quite frankly, I've been thinking about taking a rest afterwards. But anyway, yeah, as you can see, this build is quite strong, and if you start running out of BP, you can always use your utility module to regain BP. Well, granted, it's going to be at the cost of your defense points here. Also, by the way, as you can probably tell, this is also it's also been a while since I've actually done a Doll's Nest, so yeah, I'm kind of a bit off of it right now. But yeah, as you can see, generally you kind of just want to just use yourself extra to deal with a lot of things. You could just try to close the distance in when you're what do we call it? With your submachine guns, but be careful about doing that because all the submachine guns are pretty efficient. You're going to have trouble trying to survive up close with this build. Unfortunately, thanks to the Varchis and the cell packs, you kind of don't need to get close. If anything, just fighting like this is fair enough. That's until you go up against the boss. That's when things get a little bit hairy. But yeah, as you can see, we're kind of just turning through these enemies pretty quickly, thanks to the cell packs. But I think these cell packs are basically long-range Gatling guns. So do be careful about using the cell packs. They do have like a minimal ineffective range. As in, if anything like gets like right up, let's just say like right here, you're gonna have a hard time hitting your enemies with the cell packs. And at that point, you might want to use your machine guns. Wood. Yeah. Alright, let's see if I can't take you out. This build's kind of like a tank build in a way. A very lightweight tank build. Like, you're not gonna be able to tank anything too effectively like, say, a tank, but you should be able to deal with enemies from afar, much like a tank build. Anyways, where's the... Oh, there you are. Alright. I ran out of ammo. That's bad because I don't want to be close to the enemy. The enemy's rough, as is. But yeah, it's kind of hard to like maneuver with this particular build. Again, if anything, you're kind of safer just keeping them out of the way and using your self-X just to take things out. If anything, that's generally how I want to play as this build. It's not very Mika-like, but as far as efficiency is concerned, this is probably the best way to play. Probably. Well, anywho, yeah. I think that's all I kind of wanted to show off with this build. Yeah, wasn't really too much of a long session. But I'm going to have a couple more builds coming in pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. So anywho, yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below if you have any questions or concerns about builds. But anywho, yeah, this is going to be Thank You signing off. Bye.